everybody, Lauren Fitzgerald here. I am a physician, a fitness instructor, an entrepreneur, a Beachbody coach, and a lover of life. And today I am going to talk about cheat meals, whether I think they're good or bad. I will first start off by reminding you guys that there are a handful of you that were curious about my picture that I took when I was working in my backyard by my pool, saying, are you interested in doing this? Because I'm doing a Zoom call today at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time, so that's in less than 3 hours. And I'm going to talk about how I am able to work from home and give up my day job as an anesthesiologist. So I will post that link on my timeline for those of you that are interested. But I want to start off by saying happy Sunday and thank you for joining me. This is one of many videos that I'm going to do about health and nutrition, and I am going to be doing all of them here on my public figure page, and getting everyone to move over from my personal page to my public figure page is going to be a process. So like right now, there's only 10 of you here, but that's okay because we're going to talk about some good stuff and you're going to want to end up sharing this later. So first things first, let's start with what is good advice and what do you consider a reliable source of good advice? Now, I know a lot of you have gotten advice from personal trainers and from coworkers and from magazines, and I always caution that just make sure that you take everything in with a grain of salt, because I have known of, and just, I'm not saying all personal trainers give bad advice, but a lot of advice that are given by personal trainers and fitness magazines are not really based on any kind of good science. Like the whole idea of breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and you're supposed to have 5 to 6 small meals every 2 to 3 hours a day. Like there's absolutely no science that's based on that advice. And how many times have you read it or heard it? Yeah, for real. Hey guys, what's up? I can see y'all coming on as you join in. So one thing that I have heard that I'm sure most of you guys have heard is a cheat meal is okay. And so I want to talk about what my opinion is about a cheat meal. Now, I will say this, that I am talking about this the day after I myself had a cheat meal. Last night, we, some of my closest friends here in Oklahoma City, took my friend Angie and her mom Linda out to dinner last night because they came to visit from Utah. Huge Club FITz fans, and this was their spring break, so they came and danced with us for a couple days, and we took them out. And we so when Kelsey and I go out to dinner, we almost always order the same thing. It's very rare that we order something different, and that's just because we're on the same wavelength as far as thinking goes. Purplicious. Why, thank you, Croissance. So Kelsey and I both had a Brussels sprout salad. We both got a steak, and the sides we changed to greens. So I got grilled zucchini and asparagus, and she got asparagus and green beans. So we both basically had no carbohydrates from our main meal. But did we partake in the bread that was given to us? Absolutely. Do we usually do it? No, we don't. But last night, we both were kind of feeling bread, and literally we probably had a slice of their homemade bread from this place that was about that big with butter on it. Here is where we truly had our cheat meal. We got dessert. Yes, we did. We got a really, really yummy dessert. It was a brownie topped with ice cream, topped with this homemade dark chocolate with salted caramel drizzled. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie, it was amazing. For real. Now, here's the problem with cheat meals, because what we eat affects our brain, right? It affects it in so many ways. And you guys have heard me talk about the fact that sugar acts on the brain like a drug. So When I, Lauren Fitzgerald, make the decision to have a cheat meal, I start this process in my brain that I essentially start over again. Because today, I guarantee, now it's still pretty early, and I'm practicing intermittent fasting, so that means I haven't had my first meal of the day. I've had bulletproof coffee, but that's all I've had. Will I crave something sweet today? Probably so. And that is a trend that I found, that when I cheat and I have a cheat meal, it triggers those chemicals in the brain that are like, hey, you want more of that. You should go. Just justify it and get something a little at the grocery store and eat it there and don't keep it at the house. Like that's what happens to me specifically. So do I think that cheat meals are bad? No, but I have to be willing to put up with the consequences of them. And the consequences of them are the next day, maybe even the next day, and maybe even the next day, I'm going to have not only cravings, but I'm going to also, like, I did my, so I was trying to do hammer and chisel, and it was really bothering my knee. So I decided, okay, I'm going to hold back. And so I started doing the 21-day FITz extreme workouts this week. And so I did my yoga FITz today, and you know, I'm in my home gym. I don't have a home gym. I have a studio that I do my workouts in, which is great. But I'm, you know, in sports bra and shorts, and y'all, I can tell in my waistline just after one meal, extra fluffiness. And so that's the problem with cheat meals, is that, they're not bad, because if we don't have moments where we relapse and fall off the wagon and don't feel what all of the repercussions from that, we forget why we make the decisions that we do every day to eat healthy. Because you guys, food is a drug, and it affects our body in every way. And it's what we put in our mouth is either good for us or not good for us. And so last night, what Kelsey and I both put in our mouth was not good for us. And today I probably will have cravings for sugar, probably cravings for some processed carbohydrates. And I feel a little bloated. You know, and these are the consequences of my actions. Do I think that's bad? No. Do you have to have a cheat meal once a week? Absolutely not. There's no science behind that. In fact, a book that you guys hear me talk about all the time, The Whole30, it talks about how there is absolutely no cheating on this 30-day program, because you guys, the whole concept behind the Whole30 is they've taken these food groups that are known to cause inflammation in the body, and they take them out 100% for 30 days so that your body can get used to feeling like what it's supposed to feel like without all of these foods that have the potential to cause this inflammatory process. And so is there a necessity for a cheat meal? No. Is it bad? No. But you have to be willing to deal with the consequences of the cheat meal. And so for those of you, like, when I dropped off Kelsey last night, Kelsey and I were both talking about how I think we both want to restart on Monday and start with the Whole30, the way that we do the Whole30, which we follow the rules, but we add our own bits and pieces to it. So for instance, we practice intermittent fasting with the Whole30. We both drink bulletproof coffee in the morning. We tend to stick to higher fat, lower carbohydrate, and moderate protein. And that's kind of, that goes against the grain of most fitness people for the longest time. But more and more fitness people are starting to realize that fat is not what we should be scared of. It's all of the processed carbohydrates and processed crap in general that we should be afraid of and stay away from. So I don't think a cheat meal is bad. But I'm paying for the consequences of the cheat meal. I guarantee I'm going to crave sugar at some point today, and because it started that trigger in my brain. So that's all I got to say. But Tamisha Balloon was the one who asked this question, and I love how you guys will give me questions, because oftentimes what I talk about on Lauren Live is just from my own brain, but there's plenty of times that you guys ask questions that help me have ideas of what to talk about. So hope you all are having a great Sunday. Whether you've had a cheat meal or not, it's a judge-free zone here at Club FITz. And yeah, so that bread was yummy. Yeah, Rebecca, it was. The bread was yummy, but the dessert was even yummier. Like that's sugar is definitely my Achilles heel. And you guys, I'm not perfect. I mean, I've got some extra stuff that I can grab onto. Thanks for sharing this. You're welcome, Nikki, most definitely. So if this is something that you feel like you would benefit from, or a friend would benefit from, make sure that you share this video. It's saved on this timeline. Those of you, I started off the conversation with today at 3 p.m. I'm going to do a Zoom call on what it is to be a coach and how I'm able to, why I was able to give up my job as an anesthesiologist to be able to work from home. And so if you were interested in that, I will send you that Zoom call link. I'm doing that at 3 p.m. today. And we finished our 5-day clean eating challenge, and you guys, someone lost 13 pounds in 5 days. I'm not even kidding. That's how important nutrition is. And we are starting to get ready for the next challenge group. In April, we're going to have a 21-day challenge group, which Kelsey and I are just coaching. We're going to continue the hammer and chisel, which we're just coaching in that too. And then the third group is a new group in which Kelsey and I are not only coaching, but we are also being a challenger, meaning that we're participating in this fitness program. So it's called 22-Minute Hardcore. It's the newest Beachbody program that's designed by Tony Horton. It's based on military boot camp style principles. You get it done in 22 minutes. And I don't care how busy you are, all of you have 22 minutes to set aside to get a workout in. And so we're going to start those challenge groups April 4th. So that means that if you want to be a participant in any of those 3 groups, you need to message me or message Kelsey privately, and we'll get you hooked up, because you need to go ahead and get those ordered. So that's all I got to say today. Hope you guys have a great Sunday, and we'll talk to y'all later. Ciao.
With the booming system.